All right, are you looking for a part-time job to take up here as an international student and also what you can do to cover up your 20 hours that you are allowed to work as a student? I have the list here for you. Meanwhile, you are most welcome to my channel. My name is Chinyere and I am a lifestyle vlogger here in the UK. I make videos about UK tips, how you can study here in the UK, how you can relocate to UK, and also I answer general questions about the UK. Feel free to drop your questions in the comment section. Meanwhile, do not forget to subscribe to my channel in case you are new here, and do not forget to like this video as well. All right, let's get straight into the video. All right, so before ever you get a job here or you start looking for a job, there are these three major documents required of you. One of them is your NI, which is your BRP, and the other one is your ID proof, which is your passport, and you need a bank account to start with because they can't be paying you the money cash at hand. You need a bank account where whatever money you earn can be paid into. All right, so there are certain jobs you can take up here in the UK that required little or no experience, as the case may be. So I will be listing them out in no particular order. And do not forget that the payment for each of these jobs is centered around the minimum wage and the current minimum wage in the UK, which recently got increased on the 1st of this month, 1st of April. Is now £9.50 instead of £8.93 that it used to be. So it's now £9.50. This is the minimum amount an employer can offer you, but definitely it is always something higher than the minimum wage. Okay, so number one on our list, starting with the retail jobs. Here in the UK, you can find a job in all these convenience shops around you. Just make sure that you are looking for this job in a place that is of walking distance to your address. There are convenience shops on the street that you can walk into. Usually they put this advert just on the door that, they put this vacancy advert just on their doors, and you can choose to work with the big brands like Asda, Morrison, Sainsbury's. There are a handful of them that you can choose to apply to and then work with either of these big brands, and they pay you good amount of money, something that is a little bit higher than the minimum wage. And remember, when you work night shifts with a brand like Asda, assuming that they are paying their day shift £9.50 for instance, or possibly £10, you get paid about something like £10.50 or £11 per hour. So it's a good deal. And you can just take up a job there as a part-time staff. All right, so before you start hunting for a job outside or within your area, I will also advise you check with your university, your lecturers, to see if there are any jobs that are available within the campus. They call it on the campus job, or university jobs. Students are basically allowed to take up jobs on the campus, jobs such as you becoming a student representative, talking to students from your home country about your experience on the campus and taking them around. You can become a student tour guide, that's on campus, walking them around to show them different classes or lecture rooms or places around the school. You can work as a receptionist in the dormitory, that's the hostel. You can work as a security monitor in the hostel. You can also work as a research assistant or research participant, when they want to carry out a research, they need people to participate in the research program there in the school. And you get paid something higher than the minimum wage. In fact, the pay is something sweet, that is something that you would like. So endeavor to check with your school first to see if there are any jobs available for students before ever you go on hunting for jobs outside of your school. Laborer's job is the next on our list. This very job exists all around. Yeah, there are laborer jobs that you can get. You don't need an experience to get this job. As a laborer, it exists in the construction companies, in the warehouse, in all the stores, gardens, helping with the gardening around, picking up fruits and all them stuff in the garden. These are not bad jobs. You can also wash the windows and get paid. So there are a lot of laborers job you can take up on part-time basis, and this pays you something much more than the minimum wage. Another fascinating job you can take up as a student is hospitality job, having to work as a caterer, having to work maybe as a kitchen assistant, becoming a waiter, waitress, bartender. All these are fascinating jobs that you can take up. And even if you do not have experience in this field, remember that you can get trained on the job. There are trainings offered to you while you are doing these jobs, and you get paid something very attractive. Now, security job is another job you can take up in this part of the world, and average payment for this is £11.99. That is about £11.99 to £15 per hour. But this basically requires you to have a door supervisor license or an SIA security license for you to become a security guard in this part of the world. And some people also train you as you apply for this job. So it's something very easy. I think some of the training could go as far as within 24 hours, you get trained for this. And you get paid higher because you will be working in places like nightclubs, hotels, and stadium when there are events like football matches and all them stuff. The guard, the people that stand and watch to see that the events or activities are simply in order. Warehouse operative is another interesting one because working in the warehouse, especially a warehouse like Amazon pays £10 per hour. And £11.71 if you are working on the night shift. This simply requires you to do like a picking, packaging, loading something on the trucks. Is just an easy work. When I first came into this country as a student, my first job was a packaging job. I was working in a company where I had to be packing toys. You pack them in a carton, you put tape. Oh my God, how much was I even earning then? Minimum wage there was £6 something. So that was what I got paid doing a packaging job. So it is an easy job to do. You can take up their night shift where you get paid higher, or you can be doing day shift according to your availability and the number of hours you can do. It also pays, and it's something fascinating that you could do on a part-time. Delivery jobs, you can take up a job as a delivery man or a woman. Do not bother about you knowing how to drive or not knowing how to drive, because you can also use the bicycle. You don't need a license to own a bike in this country. But then there are bicycles, people deliver on bicycle. People also push truck. I have seen them, Royal Mail staff. Those who cannot drive even a bicycle, you can use the truck to do the delivery within a specific area that is of walking distance, probably whatever distance you can walk. You can agree with them 1 mile, 2 miles away. You push the truck around and you get paid something that is very attractive. Now, administrative job is another one. If you got experience in the office or working in the office, or people who are seeking to get an office job, this is an interesting one for you. Because they usually get paid £9.50 per hour. That's the minimum wage, and your jobs, it just require you to be taking phone calls, sending emails, greeting people. When customers walk in, you receive them, you ask them what they want, you direct them to the right person to talk to, managing diaries and files. This is just a simple role for you that you can take up and get paid, save something for yourself. Taking up a cleaning job or becoming a domestic staff in a company, in the hospitals, or in any establishment is something that is very fascinating. When I first called in to apply for a job in this country, it was a cleaning company that I rang. Do you know what? They asked if I've got 12 months experience working as a cleaner, and I banged the phone on them. But that's very bad. But I tell you what, every job is dignified in this country. They respect you. Cleaners, they ride cars, they live happy life. They fend for themselves and for their families in this part of the world. So you can become a cleaner, and it enables you more time to finish your work early morning. Because if you are a cleaner in a school, for instance, in a hospital, for instance, sometimes they start working early morning, perhaps 6 o'clock, between 6 and 7, you are done. Or between 6 and 8, that's 2 hours of shift. You are done and you go back home, do your academic work, go to school, do your lecture. Nobody would know that you've already earned for 2 hours. As in, you've already earned some pounds that very morning, but you are in class at 9 o'clock doing your academic work. So it's such a fascinating job that you can take up with or without experience in cleaning. Besides, if they ask you for experience, you can include that you've been cleaning your house since you were year 1. Of course, everyone cleans their house, so it is something that you should put in part of your CV. In your CV. All right, so care job. I think this tops the list for me because it's a job that you can be working in a conducive environment, probably in a hospital setting. But if you don't have experience, if you are not trained, getting a job, becoming a care assistant in the hospital environment would be a little bit hard for you. But in the care homes, domiciliary homes, you can get jobs there. And even if you do not have experience, you get trained on the job. A lot of Nigerians, about 6 Nigerians, got employed in my workplace currently, and they are all students from Teesside University. I tell you what, they got no experience, but they are currently doing their trainings. They have 21 modules to do. Yes, they are currently doing their trainings, online trainings, but they get paid as they do the training as well. So it's something fascinating for you to take up, and it pays something good. Yeah, when you do it 20 hours a week, you are fine with the money. All right, there are also some skilled jobs that are available for students in almost all the sectors or all the fields in the UK. These skilled jobs that you can take up as a student under part-time pays as high as £12 to £15 per hour. Yeah, so jobs like data entry, data management, programming, proofreading, UX designer, blogging, article writing, spreadsheet work, social media marketing, and some jobs as this. And most of the programming jobs as this are mostly available for students working part-time, So if you are skilled in any of these aspects, feel free to apply to all these companies, offices, establishments. They're gonna take you on the part-time, and you see the average payments from £12 to £15. That's a lot of money. Even some nurses in this country earn £15 per hour. Yeah, so you can be earning something good for yourself while studying here in the UK. All right, so I think I'll draw the curtain here now. And thank you so much for giving me audience and for watching this content today. I really appreciate your time. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and keep coming back for more videos. Thanks to my returning subscribers for always coming back. I sincerely appreciate your time. Yeah. See you again in my next upload. Bye for now.